for Nova News About the News with your host, Mason Lee. Welcome to Northern Virginia News About the News. I'm Mason Lee. In this segment titled Vivacious Virginia, we will take a unique look at some little-known interesting facts about the great state of Virginia. Virginia is America. Did you know in 1654, England's Queen Elizabeth proclaimed all of the new land as Virginia? She told the great Sir Walter Raleigh that he had free rule to inhabit, build, and fortify the whole region between Florida and Canada. Did you know Virginia invented not only fraternities, but streaking? George William Crump was the first known streaker when he was arrested at Washington and Lee College for running across the college grounds naked. Mr. Crump went on to become a distinguished member of the 19th United States Congress. Maybe that should be a prerequisite for members of Congress today. Did you know that colonial Virginia elections were often won on how much free alcohol was provided? George Washington learned this while losing his bid for a seat at the House of Burgesses in 1758 at the young age of 23. The young Mr. Washington was no dummy and did learn his lesson. 3 years later, he won the election by a large majority by offering his countrymen rum punch, wine, brandy, and hard cider. By giving the generous equivalent of a half-gallon per person, GW made many new friends. Before they tallied up the votes, the young George Washington's campaign manager was quoted saying to Mr. Washington, "My only fear is that you spent with too sparing a hand." Politicians these days have tried every other tactic. Maybe they should learn a lesson from the father of our country. I bet that would liven up the campaign rallies a bit. Were you aware that Virginia was where the first Thanksgiving originated? This eventually caused a turkey shortage issue due to a large migration of turkeys across the Potomac to Capitol Hill. Is Virginia the most vain state in the country? I don't know, but it's a fact that 1 in 10 vanity planes are from Virginia. Maybe we should concentrate more on good driving and less on cool plates. Were you aware Virginia school calendars have been dictated by our state's theme parks for years now? Years ago, the powerful tourism lobbyists got a law passed prohibiting any jurisdiction in the state from opening schools prior to Labor Day. This law made sure that Virginia kids would have plenty of opportunities not to miss a last chance to stimulate their senses on their favorite roller coaster and $15 funnel cakes prior to stimulating their brains with the start of the school year. The Virginia State Congress has attempted several times to appeal the law and failed every time. You talk about war weary. Virginia is all too familiar with wars. The Commonwealth is host to many proud veterans. Did you know over half the Civil War battles were fought on battlefields in Virginia? Yes, we're all about government in Virginia, with our government employing about a quarter of all our workers. We sure know how to raise leaders in our state. With 8 presidents being born and raised in Virginia, we sure aren't leading from behind. We may have our share of nuts in Virginia, but that's probably due to the fact Virginia was the first state to grow peanuts in America. Jimmy Carter must be envious. Did you know as much as 70% of all internet traffic flows through data centers located in Northern Virginia? Maybe we should spend more time with our families and less time watching piano playing cats. Well, I hope you learned something new about the great state of Virginia, and I, for one, am proud to be a part of it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, for Northern Virginia News About the News, I'm Mason Lee.